All right, officially. Good afternoon. Welcome out to the Market Watch Group Weekly Market Wrap. I'm Scott. I'll be your host. These are the disclaimers. As always, not advisors, not brokers, no guidance, no recommendations, illustrative and educational purposes only. Today's agenda, market analysis. How did the market do today? Opened down, regained. Still overall pushing some resistance, however. Yeah. So we'll look at today's market. We'll revisit our market posture. Mindset for trades. If you're in any new trades, who did we just lose? Did we lose somebody? Oh, there we go. If you're in any trades, the thought is, what are you doing? Are you going to carry it through the weekend? Right? Are you going to take some profits? Are you starting any new trades? That would be tough. I think it's hard to start new trades, given what we're seeing right now. But certainly we have what I think will be a bit of increased bullishness when we look at our posture this week, right? Any thoughts on that? Anyone? Let me know. Okay. Set up on fast. Always hopeful. All right, let's get into it. Let's just go through here. First and foremost, you can see we started negative, positive, not by a lot. 0.19 on the S&P. 0.31 on the Dow. 0.19 on the NASDAQ. 0.45 on the Russell. Oil's down 2%. Stocks turned green, on track for the best week of the year, which is why we never want to overcommit, right? What else? What do we know? Best week of the year from a return standpoint. Yes. Audio is choppy. Audio is choppy for anyone else or just for Miguel? Let me know how the audio sounds. Should be okay. It's good? Okay. All right. What else? Let's look at the Black Swan hedge funder, Nassim Taleb. Warns a recession is coming this year. Wait a second. Mark Spitznagel. Who the hell is Mark Spitznagel? And why are they assigning him Black Swan credit? Black Swan comes initially from a book called Fooled by Randomness by Nassim or Nicholas Taleb. The second book, the follow-up, is Black Swan. I don't know who this Yahoo is. He's not related to Goolsby. You, sir, are no Goolsby. Okay. What else? Let's go look at the economic calendar. Press, you're not hearing anything? Well, that sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I am not sure about that. Okay. What did we get this week? We got good inflation data. We got good jobless claims data. We got good sales data. Everything is coming pretty strong right now, all things considered. right? So, yeah. All right. What do we have next week? Let's go look. Nothing on Monday, just Fed talk and leading indicators. Nothing on Tuesday, Fed talk. Wednesday, minutes from July, not much there. Thursday, jobless claims, not much there. Friday, Jerome Powell speaking in Jackson Hole. That's probably, right? That's probably the biggest piece of news that might influence going forward. Okay. All right. Real quickly, a peek at the heat map. Starting to see some pullbacks. Pullback in Microsoft, that's on our list. Pullback in TXN, that's on our list. I thought we had AVGO, maybe not anymore. Amazon on our list. Meta on our list. Costco on our list. So we're starting to see those pullbacks, right? Starting to see those pullbacks here. Not really in one area or another, but just kind of broad-based. The Fed has shifted. Now it went from where all of a sudden everyone's like, we're going to get a half a point. No one thinks that now. Now it's 3-1 against that. Right? 3-1 against. Everyone thinks we're going to get just the one. Right? Just the one. A quarter of a point. Okay. What else? Let's go down to November. If data looks good, why would they reduce? Because they're nervous about being too late, David. They were all out when they got that one jobs report where they're like, oh, the Fed's too late. Oh, it's like, come on, relax. That's not true. But I mean, I think they're gonna do it now because they can. Because the inflation has started again, has come down again. As that last little bit, they didn't want it to stall at 3. Now it's eased a little more. That's my thought. Now then, probability favors a second 25 basis point cut. Second probability says there's a half either next time or this time. By the time we get to December, you can see 50-50 odds. This is to get 3 in a row. This is to get at least 1/2 a point. What do you guys think? Are we going to get at least 1/2 a point? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, let's go look at the market, shall we? Now, I want you to notice that we started down, ended a little higher today. Just a little higher today, right? What do you notice about the volume? So very, very low. That's the buyers just capitulating, right? It's exhaustion. Average is 61 million. We're at 31 with a half an hour left. A half an hour left. Okay. So what are the odds of us breaking now? A couple of things that we want to talk about, right? We want to talk about support and resistance and where we are relative to support and resistance. Where's my drawing tool? There it is. Nope. So, oh, it's not going to let me draw today. I'm not sure why. Okay. This, right where we are, that's our old resistance. Right? That's our old resistance right there. We're at the same place. What are the chances that we break resistance on significantly below average volume? Yeah, we're saying none. Right? We're saying there's none. It could. Right? We got the V. All the way down, all the way back up. The buyers have done quite a bit for us. Right? The buyers have done quite a bit. But the volume's not there. Okay, let's look at the VIX. VIX. Okay. What do we know? We're all the way back below 15. I mean, it was such an insane overreaction. We're all the way back to 15. Just keeps, it's low. Things have gotten quite a bit lower. Now, what would I expect from here? I would expect it to bounce. Right? As of right now. Yeah, I would expect it to bounce. What I'm seeing, everything's right now, when we talk about what should we be doing, we should be protecting profits. Tightening stops at the very least, taking profits, maybe not all, but at least paring them down. For me personally, I get super nervous that Monday is when it's like all of a sudden it's down 1% because, something spooks it. It's teetering a little anyways. That's not bad. If the market started down 1% on Monday, I'd be like, all right, let's get our next set of buy signals ready to go. There should be a number of things setting up if that's the case. A number of things. Right? But we got to wait and see. Volatility's low. I have no hedge thoughts. You can see this was our old low right here around 16. We're down here around 15 now. That's a lower low. This is going to give us a point, a quarter of a point. I probably am going to give it a quarter of a point on SPY too. Right? If you look, sorry, let me move my microphone. If you look at the, let's go through the scoring, right? First and foremost, this is where we were. I think there may be a chance. I don't know why this is doing. I think there's a chance we'll get this quarter of a point back. We were at 1.5 down to 1.25, 1.25. Let's see what we think. Okay. So I want you to notice this is our line right here, and we're back in it. So we as we fell out, we were concerned, but we're all the way back in. Boom, quarter of a point back. Yeah? Quarter of a point back. Let me see. Let's go down to 6 months. If you look at 6 months, I'm going to give it a quarter of a point because we got all the way back to the old one, right? We took out this low. I'm going to give it a quarter. So just like that, we're already back a little bit. Volume, however, I think volume is going to stay the same. It already got a little bit back, But overall, we didn't get any new buying volume. So we mostly just have selling volume. I think it's still going to be a half of a point. Next week, maybe it drops to a quarter. But we do see some improvement coming here. Yeah? Let's go look at the IWM versus the DIA. Who got more? That's a question that we want to know. Who got more out of this last week? Because we gave some back, right? We gave some of our regained SPY. Well, not some. We gave it all back and then some. If you look, we fell all the way back here to this old low. But now it's starting to recover already once again. Who's getting a better recovery? That's what I want to know between the Dow and the DIA. Ooh, I don't know. There's been some recovery, but to me, it looks like the Dow still might have a bit of the edge. So we may not see much of a recovery in that regard yet. Okay, sectors. I gotta say, let's go pull this up. It's interesting because the sector rotation dropped to 0. But I gotta say, even if as I look at it and I see utilities or staples still a little higher in the 90-day, we're seeing enough short-term momentum out of the big 5. I gotta think I'm gonna score that a quarter of a point. I feel like this week, I mean, we just had one of the best weeks in a year. I feel like this is gonna give us at least a point back, right? Give me your guys' thoughts. What do you think? At least a point back. Because we're gonna get, I think we're gonna get a quarter here, maybe not here, quarter here, and a quarter here. That's 1 point. That's my prediction. Let me know what you think. And where is everybody today, by the way? We're light. So, improvement. That's what we were hoping for, right? Stability followed by improvement. Stability followed by improvement. Now what? Now we're waiting for a signal, though. We have stability. We have improvement. We want to trade more. We want to trade more bullishly. We have a number of sectors that are showing signals. Now what? All we have to do is show patience for that last little ebb. The ebb, maybe it only pulls back here to the 50. This is a period of time where I might come in and do a drawing and say, hey, let's look at a fib. And you can see that by the time it gets to that level, it might be the 78 is the 50. The 50% retracement is the 100. I'm definitely looking for a consolidation. How much are you guys carrying? Anyone carrying much bullishness? I mean, I got to think maybe a couple of pieces, but not much. Does that sound about right? Not much. 3, but not worried. Love it. Love it. Okay. 4 SPY contracts. Nice. Let's go to the watch list. At this point for next week, even though we don't have pullbacks, I'm going to still go with everything I'm willing to trade on any type of 2 to 3 day pullback. Which means I think I have a watch list written down somewhere. I don't. It's a lie. I should have one, but I don't. Let me get a list. I need to write this down. Thinking of trimming or rolling. Trim I like. Roll, you have to ask yourself, if I wasn't in this trade, would I start a new trade now? Because when you roll, you are essentially doing that, right? You extend the time frame, but it is theoretically shifting the whole trade. So I would lean more towards trim, and if you need more time for whatever's left. But what you want to ask yourself is, what's making me think I'm going to get more than this? Let's go back even a year. Okay? That's the best move we've seen in a year. As big as this one, but faster. And that was it. Then it paused, then it went. Well, that pause, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. 2 weeks of sideways movement, not helpful, right? If you're buying options. So think about that. So, yes. Okay. Pullback is what we need. Amazon, it paused. It's down 0.3. It's a pause. AXP, I'm waiting for it. But I would trade all three of those. They're all viable on the next pullback. That's all I need is the pullback. BAC, I don't like it as much, but it's definitely viable. I don't look at it and have any strong concern, right? BLDR, I don't know. Maybe if it doesn't break below 153, then I'd say probably I would do it. City, I'm a yes, just need a pullback. Caterpillar, yes, need a pullback. CL, now all of a sudden, I'll tell you what, I am disinclined toward anything defensive. No CL, no KO, maybe not even any Costco. We'll see. Costco can sometimes stand by itself. Chipotle, I'm still uncertain about. I would trade Costco. If it made a pullback, I would trade it. Carvana, I like Carvana. It actually gave us a signal right here. We looked at a trade on that. If you missed it, you missed it. DIA, overextended. Fastenal. Yeah, we said yesterday was it, right? And we actually said if it gives us a little bit more today, it's a go. I would say if you move to a Heikin-Ashi candle, you actually got the signal yesterday. Let me scooch over. I think you could take this and just start tightening your stops. Let it ride. Let it ride. Let me go back to 6 months. Got into it today. Love it. That's about one of the only things I see right now. GBTC. Bitcoin doesn't look great right now. Gold looks strong. What the hell, gold? GM looks like it had a little bit of an okay move, but overextended. Google. I think if Google gives one more day, that might be viable, and that might be the new higher low. A revenge trade on Chimp. Now, here's the deal. I am okay with revenge trades if you're following your rules. Right? So to me, it's like if Let's say I got bullied. Then I got bigger, did some training. A couple years later, I see the guy. And it's like, yes, let's square up. I want revenge. But I'm going to maintain discipline with my training in that encounter. Does that make sense? So that's my one exception, revenge. So for me, it's like, oh, you took some money from me. Google, you owe me some money. I'm going to remember that. I'm not going to break my rules. I'm going to follow my rules. But yes, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking that they owe me some money. Facts. A little bit of revenga. Revenga. I love it. Miguel. Home Depot looks pretty strong. They got good earnings. Market liked it. Small caps, JP Morgan looks great. Best served cold. That's why Denzel Washington is one of my favorite actors. He has so many good revenge movies, right? He's got The Equalizers. I like those. Man on Fire. I like that one. Liam Neeson, same thing. Taken. I love a good revenge movie. Come on. Who doesn't? KBH. Home builders didn't get great news today. Even though Coke looks good, I got to tell you, as I said, I'm disinclined toward consumer staples right now. It's a true story? What? That makes it even better. That show is awesome. I might even watch it tonight now that I brought it up. Oh, yeah. Jason Statham, Beekeeper was a good one. I like that one. You guys. What is it about traders that like revenge movies? I don't know. It's a thing. Meta starting that handle. Sandy. What the hell? Sandy, you threw me off with that one. Bob's got me. Jack Reacher, that's a good one. I even watched the Tom Cruise lesser version. Here's the top of the cup. We come down, come across, back up here. We need a little pullback. A little pullback. And Meta's ready to go. Here's a movie recommendation for the weekend. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Awesome. It's a Tarantino, not Tarantino, the other guy, the British Tarantino. What's his name? What's the British Tarantino? Can't remember his name. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Whatever that guy's name is, I can't think of it. Anyways, war movie. It's against the Nazis. Everything about it is amazing. If you like what we've been talking about, go watch that one this weekend. Come back, say thank you. Sandy's seen it. She agrees. All right. Meta is taking a primary spot on my list because it's the first one already in the pullback phase. But I think everybody's going to join soon enough. MMM, I'm not thinking about it. Disinclined towards staples. Morgan Stanley, I like. Microsoft is joining Meta in that first little, come on back. Test the 200. We would love to trade it there. Love it. Micron is good, but I still like NVIDIA and TSM better. We'll get there. Netflix. Look how strong Netflix is. Very strong. NVIDIA. It's back in business. Everyone is... The buyers have paid their penance. They are no longer excommunicado. They are on the menu. But we have to follow our rules. Be patient. Let it pull back. It's very hard to build a trade in this environment right now and get a favorable reward to risk, right? PLTR, strong, needs a pull. All of these are showing the same thing. Strength. TSM, strength. The dollar holding below the 200 where we want it. The VIX Lost all the fears, just bled out. All the panic. Oh, the chill. We said it would, didn't we? We said it's pearl clutching. The market doesn't support the fear that showed up there. Doesn't support it. That was, in hindsight, and I'm going to have to evaluate this. I'm looking back at this little hiccup and coming out of this ridiculous amount of overreaction. I think I should have been more aggressive. I made some money. I should have made more money on this. I'm going to actually hold myself accountable that I made a mistake and that I was overly cautious. Overly cautious. I should have done more. And that's not like, oh, in hindsight, it's always easier. No, I think I recognized what an overreaction it was. 2 days later, it gave us that little blip on the VIX that I tell people, and this is admittedly a weakness of mine, I struggle with like these one day flags, 1 day consolidations. I struggle with those. That's kind of what we had in the inverse here. But no, I'm going to say that I made a mistake in not pressing a little harder. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. How do you feel like you did? Did you avoid losses when we dropped 10? Did you recover? Did you do well in the recovery as we got it back? Those are the two questions we should all be reflective of. I did a great job not losing. Closing, hedging, all of it was great. I did an okay job on the recovery. I did okay. I'm going to say I hit a birdie on the protection and on the initial dump. Birdie. I like what I did. I'm going to say par. I'm going to say it's a par. I'm not going to, maybe a bogey. Maybe a bogey on the recovery. I'm going to say a bogey. I should have been more aggressive. Slap myself on the hand. I'm going to evaluate why. What was it? I'd love to hear anyone else's reflection on how they feel like they did. I think it's cathartic for us to process it this way. Don't keep it in. Boggled the recovery as well, Bob. Yeah, I don't know why. I even said, hey, I'm leaning towards this, a recovery followed by a hiccup drop. I was looking for the recovery, but just like a little hiccup. So I got in, rode for a few days, started taking profits. I only carried like a couple things and only like one contract. And I didn't get as much as I should have. Yeah, I'm going to say it was a bogey. I boggled it as well. I'm in that boat. I should have done better. Yeah. You know what they say. Sometimes you eat the bear. Sometimes the bear eats you. Another classic if you need to see a good movie. The Big Lebowski. I also like those types. Tarantino, British Tarantino. What's that guy's name? We'll just call him the British Tarantino. The Coen brothers, Big Lebowski, things like that. I like those. Anyway. All right, let's look at a couple of others and we'll get out of here. Walmart. I like Walmart on the pullback. Let's look through the sectors and see what we think. Materials is okay. I don't know. I like how communication services has recovered. Energy looks iffy. I like financials, real big, strong in financials, even stronger than industrials, but industrials are just as strong. Technology strong. Those are the big four. I'm missing one on here. XLY. Staples gapped up. Staples gapped up because of Walmart, but I don't think it's that strong. Utilities looks a little iffy. Healthcare overextended. Consumer staple, actually even consumer discretionary. All five of our big five have shown enough that we think buyers back in control. Our posture is likely to move up a point. I feel good. A little bit of a pullback, ready to trade. You only have 1 day remaining to work on your trading plan. Remember the minimum requirements. At least 3 to 5 strengths, 3 to 5 weaknesses, 1 sentence. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a sentence. That's not much. Commitment and discipline, at least a sentence, if not a paragraph. Mission statement, give me a full, fleshed out paragraph. Vision statement, at least a sentence, if not a paragraph. Remember that you have guidelines here. That's it. I've got 4 strengths, 1 sentence. 3 weaknesses, 1 sentence. Commitment and discipline, 1 paragraph. Mission statement, 1 paragraph. Vision statement, 1 paragraph. I would rate this 8.5 out of 10 right now. Maybe even 8.7. That's good. That's all it needs to be. It's thoughtful and considerate. So, if you haven't given me any time at all, you owe me an hour. An hour. If you haven't looked at this section of the plan for a little while, give it a good look over and see what you think. Okay. I'm a little disappointed that the numbers were down today. It's Friday. I get it. Those of you who didn't come, shame, shame. I know your name. Those of you who did come, pat yourself on the back. I love your dedication, your grit. Everyone else, the standard has been set. Get here next Friday. It's early afternoon. Nothing's going on yet anyways. All right, get ready for a surprise. A good surprise or a bad surprise? Let's make it a good surprise. I want it to be good. Okay. Still at work, Bob? Well, then even better still. You get double points. Double points. Can you believe the summer's over? My son is already back. He's already back at school. He's 9 hours away. Final semester. Final semester of me having to pay for college. Holy shit, yeah. My daughter leaves next Friday. It's my last weekend with her, and then she's back at school. I've got 3 more years of her going. College is expensive. Kids are expensive. Someone should have told me that before I had them. You know what I mean? Someone should have warned me how expensive they are. Oh, all right. Bye, Sandy. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday. Sunday morning for us. Sunday night for Sandy. $1 million each? Yeah, that sounds right. Have a great one, you guys. As always, happy trading.